Hello, everybody. This is the Dead What If. We're back again here with What If Deku was betrayed part 2. Last time we left off, he just got out of jail. This is what he's gonna wear, kinda. This is what he's gonna wear, kinda. Minus the phone, obviously, the phone case, because I'm pretty sure that's a phone case. Because why would he wear the? Why would he have a phone case if All Might betrayed him? You know. But this is what it's gonna kind of look like, but a bit more muscular. He's like lean, but muscular, you know. Anyway, they take him to his house and say, "You're gonna be in. Okay, you're gonna be re-enrolled, but you're gonna be in the support course." Says Nezu, and then he's like, and then Zuko's like, "Yep, I don't want to be in 1A anymore. Those people betrayed me. I'm going, and I've learned how to make some new stuff. I learned how to make some stuff, so I want to. I'm going to the support course." All right. So Deku pretty much just gets into his house. Inko sees him and is like, my baby boy," and he just hugs him, crying. And he's like, "Mom," and he's like, "Mom, you knew I was going to be okay." And he's like, "Yes, but I haven't held you within a week and a half. A week and a half, my dear." And Deku's like, yeah, I know," and hugs her back. Anyway, he goes to his room and pretty much goes to bed. And then the next day he heads to UA. No one sees him. No one knows who he is or anything. He looks the same, but no one really notices him really. He goes to the sport course, and the teacher's like, "Ah, you must be the new student." I don't know what the teacher's name is, and I really don't care. "Yes, I am Izuku Midoriya," and everyone just jaw drops. Like, what? The villain? Let's say that all of 1A believes he's a villain, and some people but Aizawa doesn't believe he's a villain. Let's say Meihatsume and some of the support course doesn't believe he's a villain, and some 1B and possibly some 1C as well. But and then the teacher says, "Well, he was proven innocent. He was proven innocent, and it seems that he's going to be entering into our class." He said, "Yes, I don't want to go into a class where a bunch of people, where my friends betrayed me, so I decided to go here." It's like, okay, if you were really up for a support course, build something. He says, "Okay," and Deku's like, "Okay, I need some parts, real quick." And he looks for parts, and he finds all of them. And he's over there with a grin, like, perfect. And he starts building something. Some people say it looks like a gun, and people are starting to get scared. And then he brings it up, and he pulls it up, and it has 3 lasers to it, and it's the goddamn cutter. If you didn't catch my drift, it's the cutter. He made the cutter. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna need some target practice. Could someone get 3 cans?" And he's while he's flipping the thing, turning it vertical, and what the hell's the other thing? I literally just said the other thing. Vertical and I don't give a shit. Who cares? He's just flipping it from vertical and then sideways, both ways. And he's like, I need a target practice. And then the teacher's like, okay, gets 3 cans of let's just say soda. They all been drank, and puts them down in a row. And Deku, having it sideways, points the gun at him. All the lasers are lining up on it. Fires it, and it hits all 3 of them at the same time. They don't fly up or anything. They just have a hole in them. I was like, yes, and Deku's like, yes, it worked. And the teacher's like, it seems that you are cut out to be here, but I don't want you making no more weapons. I don't want you making more weapons. He's like, okay, all right. He's like, all right. Anyway, all right, where should I sit? And he says, you could sit by Meihatsume. And Deku's like, okay. And the teacher says that the sports festival is going to be coming up. This is the best opportunity to show your inventions. So start get working on making your support gear if because it will be your best choice because it'll be your best choice, and it may even get you recognized for being a pretty good support creator. I don't know what they're called, like uh, sport. I don't even fucking know. I don't really care. And Deku's like, wonder wonder what I'm gonna build. And Hatsume is like, oh, cool. What's that thing you built? What's that gun you built? And he's like, oh, this is called the Ripper. The the rip. Wait, the cutter. I called it the Ripper. Wait a minute. This is called the cutter. He's like, why is it called the cutter? It's specifically designed to cut through It's specifically designed to cut through limbs, but it's called the cutter. And she's like, why is it called the cutter? And he's just, I don't know. It just is. Just want to call it the cutter. And she's like, okay. We want to see my babies? And he's like, what? He's like, what babies? He's like, yeah. And she pulls out like a box of inventions, and they just start geeking out about all the inventions she made, And Deku's like, by the end, Deku's like, oh man. But by the end of school, he's like, oh man, I didn't even think of what I should build for the sports festival. And I might be getting to the sports festival this episode, pretty much. And pretty much I think it was coming in like 2 weeks after the 1 week, so it's coming in like a week and a half afterwards. Let's say it's been through that first 1/2 a week, and now it's coming in a week. And he's like thinking what to build. He said, and he's like, I know, I should build the rig. I think it's what it's called. So he starts building it, but he's not really good at building it. He doesn't have the right parts for it. So he's trying to find all the parts, but he doesn't really have them. So he's like, all right, once I go back, because let's say it's the next day and he goes to school. Once I get back home, I should search on the internet for the rest of the parts. And Mei Hasume is like, ooh, what you building? And he's like, this is called the rig. The rig. I think the rig's just the spine thing, not the armor. I think the rig is literally just the spine. This is called the rig. It shows how much life force you have within your body, I think is what it does. Because it's like a health bar from a video game. He's like, ooh, interesting. So what does it do? Well, I guess you could technically use it as a internet browser, and also there's this other thing. Also, you can also equip it with armor. It's like, ooh, what is that? What's the armor for? What's the armor about? And he's like, if you equipped it with armor, you technically can just, whenever you decide to, you can put the armor on. But I'm just not sure what kind of armor I should make. Like, I don't know what it should look like or not. And yeah, pretty much everyone's like amazed by the thing he's talking about. It's like, what? You're gonna make that? That must be super futuristic. He's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it will be. It will probably be. So, can you please leave me alone? I want to keep building. I want to keep making this. I'm pretty sure the Rick just spine motherfucker. I'm pretty fucking sure. But Also, sorry for the background noise. I'm pretty sure my brother's sleeping, and he's snoring. Anyway, let's say it comes up to the sport festival. He makes the rig, but he doesn't make the armor to it. So he's just wearing this rig. And pretty much everything goes to canon, except for when the support course comes out, Midoriya is with them instead of 1A because he's not in 1A. And he's in the middle of it, so then no one will know who he is. Like, he's in the middle of it, so it would be harder for people to see him. pretty much everything happens normal, and Midnight calls out the race, and this is where I'm going to end it, right at the race. I'll probably make another one right after this. But, yeah. See you guys later, and bye. No, I hate that.